Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. It is Markets in the Morning. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Welcome to Markets in the Morning. Today is Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. This is Markets in the Morning, where we take a look at the price action at the cryptocurrency market, including the Bitcoin price chart and the altcoin market. Take a peek over there at the United States stock market as it gets set to open up here in the next minute. Take a look over there at the US dollar currency index and precious metals like gold, while also taking a peek over there at any type of financial news and any type of crypto news as we get our day started. But we are halfway through the week. We always have a great time here on Wednesdays. So happy Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my
It is Wednesday.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we have a better stream today. Yesterday YouTube was really kind of messing with us, and we had a lot of disconnections that ended up happening during Markets in the Morning. I apologize for that. It was out of my control. I don't know what happened, but hopefully today it runs a little bit smoother. So we'll go ahead and jump on into everything. Bitcoin sitting at $50,889, unable to get through the 702 Fibonacci retracement, so still pulling back. Looking over here at the altcoin market, again, like we've been talking about, expecting like very, very good signs happening in here for the altcoin market to escape from the sign of strength phase. But I've been trying to talk about this for about a week, that even though we're out, I still expect there's going to be volatility here. We're not in that big jump out phase. I think we're still looking at distribution happening over here on Bitcoin and just kind of waiting for us to progress into that phase of euphoria, entering in and rotating throughout the rest of the market. No surprise here, though, to see that we're still stalled out in here. Still, like I said, this could go on for weeks in here. Examples of that, of course, is just like this over here. We had a very nice, practically the exact same accumulation schematic happen over here in gold for the last decade with Wyckoff accumulation, your sign of strength phase, escaping the sign of strength phase. And it got very volatile afterwards. And this is where it can get sloppy, it can get messy, and we're all over the place in here. I'm not saying we're going to do that, right? That's actually during COVID that ends up happening. But you can have just a lot of slop and volatility happening here in this area before things can get going and a bigger run to end up happening. That's just what my thoughts are right now. All phases are fantastic. We've done everything precisely as we should. Just because we got out the top doesn't mean it's moon day today. I think we're just kind of waiting for our phases to play out over here in Bitcoin before we can get things significantly moving. Otherwise, still, like, this is really just what we've been talking about. So pullback happening in there, still just kind of remaining calm, waiting for the epic surge inbound, unbelievable volcano explosion videos until we can get some clear signs over here on Bitcoin that like an ABC correction has completed in here or something along those lines. As for XRP, getting down, dancing with that 54-cent level. We said wicks down. I wouldn't want to see it get down there to 51 cents. We talked about this for the last couple of weeks as well. Yesterday, people were like super chatting right away. Was that good enough? Was that good enough? I'm like, I don't think so, man. I think we'll probably hang out down there for quite some time as we have. That's still my thoughts in here. One thing is we have bounced off that 200 week over there on the market cap for XRP. It's still holding these levels just fine in here on the market cap. But definitely, we're kind of teetering with that area. This is where we want to see supports hold over here for XRP to not structurally be concerned of something along these lines all over again for XRP. So again, that's why we keep talking about that area, wanting to hold in that area and just really get our way out of there and not start threatening down here at these lows again, or else who knows how long it's going to take for XRP. I saw a super chat come in right before we get started. Let me see if I can find it. Hey BCB, can you help me reconcile stakes at 135? Why you're so bullish on XRP when developer activity is not actively growing? Thank you, sir. Like this is literally the point I've been making for months now, right? It is a concern. It's a major concern. It's why there's so many Twitter spaces being held right now, because the data suggests it's incredibly important. And it's a little frustrating that you have two different segments of the community. One trying to, of course, downplay it and focus on Ripple flip the switch, and then you have another segment of the community who's massively actively fighting for it. So a breakthrough definitely needs to happen in here if we're going to apply any data. I see just all types of excuses being made that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. History suggests it does matter. So we need to have some type of breakthrough. But if you haven't noticed for months now expressing it, it's the reason why I'm bringing it up. It is concerning that we don't have it, and we just keep getting new theories and conspiracies and things to hold on to. And like, for example, it's kind of a repetitive thing if you don't recognize it. And I'm going to take a lot of flack for this, but it's just kind of the same thing, right? Yesterday, you saw Brad Garlinghouse. He comes out. Question about XRP ETF. They talk XRP ETF. Well, I think it will come one day, blah, blah, blah. Boom. That gives fuel to the fire to create 100 YouTube videos of XRP ETF on the way. And then, when asked for further details, oh, I can't talk about that. Oh, I can't do that. That's the repetitive behavior. If you guys don't realize, it's like the seed gets planted and then, no, I can't give you more details on that. You're going to have to use your imagination and run with it. No problem. That's what this community loves to do, right? And that just seems to be the same way information is dished out over and over and over again, all the while developers getting absolutely hammered. So you have this like tug and pull of which one do you believe, right? Like, okay, is developer activity not going to matter for this coin, and it is going to be some crazy thing happening out there, or are you just getting pulled along, right? Like, it's a big confliction right now. That is one reason why I am going to XRP Gold Coast 2024 and speaking. And I'm talking about all these issues. And I'm going up there. I'm going to be saying these are things we have to improve. And the wonderful thing about this particular conference is that it's focused on the developers. So I have hope that there's going to be improvement and that there's activities surrounding it focusing on improving it. So it's not something where it's like, oh, yeah, nobody cares. Everybody's running away from it. It is acknowledged, and the problems are actively being pursued for solutions, right? But we have to find solutions for sure. All right, there you go. XRP. See if you can hold there and close the day above 54, or at least above 53.5. But definitely teetering there as Bitcoin pulling back, $50.8 thousand. Heading over there to the stock market now that it is open. Stock market taking it on the chin. Looks like you got some stuff in the green. Some Amazon got added to the Dow yesterday. I think today it's added to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Losers of the day are going to be your Coinbase, ARK, Meta, Nvidia. Your winners are going to be Amazon, Apple, Tesla, and GE. Indexes. NASDAQ down 113, and Dow Jones down 148, S&P down 13. So there you go. Dow Jones way up there. You know it. NASDAQ already hit it. You know it. Gold, looking over there. Gold holding up at $2,028. If you've read the newsletter. Oh boy. Gold at $2,028. DXY still teetering in here, whether or not it has to go any higher. Now, we've already worked all our way back up. We did catch that bottom. Now, whether it has to go higher or not, it has hit a 618 retracement, which could be good enough. This is just a line we've had on this screen now for 2 months, and I'm just kind of leaving it on there until something confirms it and we get back down into these levels. But there you have it for DXY. As for rate cuts, 93% probability that we will still be paused at the March rate decision. Of course, we still have one more CPI reading to come out in the second week of March before this meeting. So we've already gotten a bad CPI reading. We've gotten a bad PPI reading, which is Producer Price Index. Now we'll see what we end up getting for the first part of March, which of course will be February's data. And based on the things that we've shown here on the channel, That will likely be the bottom of CPI. The year-over-year inflation figure will have bottomed, and it's up only after that. And at that point, the market probably has woken up to saying the Fed has gotten themselves checkmated, that the rates are high, inflation is returning. We're going to deal with some economic situations coming here now because the Fed can't cut. They can't cut. That the Fed has to literally choose who wins, stock market or inflation, and they're communicating that they're going to beat inflation. So we'll see. All right, moving over there to Bloomberg. Private equity payouts at major firms plummet 49% in 2 years. Wall Street brokers are coming for the hot retail options trade. Stocks fall before Nvidia's much-watched earnings. So what are you guys looking for in your earnings report, Nvidia holders? Oh, good. We're at 1 to 100 now. Okay, I'm done. JP Morgan's leverage loan win survives Supreme Court appeal. HSBC cuts commercial property exposure in United States and UK to limit losses. China tightens grip on stocks with net sale ban on open and close. Nvidia's high stakes earnings moment has entire market on edge. Stock is up 40% in 2024, even after tumbling Tuesday. Yeah, like what are you looking for in Nvidia earnings, right? We'll see. Thousands of new ETFs seen in $8 trillion market's next leap. Seizing frozen Russian assets over Ukraine war wins endorsement of legal experts. Heading over to CNBC. Stocks fall for a third day as Wall Street braces for Nvidia's major earnings report. What time do they report? Do they do it after close? I don't know. Palo Alto Network shares plunge after company cuts full year billings revenue. Stock futures slip after averages incur back-to-back losses. SpaceX SVP Tom Ochenero is leaving the company in a rare high-level departure. Beyond Meat launches new, healthier version of burger in bid to bring back customers. I think if people have left Beyond Meat, like I don't think you're going back. I think we've all seen what those burgers look like on the shelf. Beans, whatever they are, they look weird. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Here are Wednesday's biggest analyst calls: Amazon, Target, Dell, Microsoft, HP, SolarEdge, and more. Biden administration to forgive $1.2 billion in student debt for over 150,000 borrowers. I think we've heard that 100 billion times. ECB, okay, on to crypto news. So there was some interesting stuff in here. Moving over here, Japan's GameFi community raises liquidity concerns with lawmaker. Bitcoin price rejects at 53K as futures open interest hits a 2-year high. Let's talk about that for just a second here. 53K, what is that? 702 Fibonacci retracement. Bitcoin price rejects at 53K as futures open interest hits 2-year high. Okay. Look at this. Bitcoin futures open interest, number of people long, hits a 26-month high. Here it is on CoinGlass. The open interest is as high as the peak of the market in November of 2021. Retail, we're still early. Nobody knows about it. We're still early. The most open interest since the peak of the market at the retracement level. Everybody's long. There is no one sidelined. Everybody's long. When is the last time you've seen people on Twitter post a 12K chart? Never. Months. They won't do it. Everybody's long. Everybody's long. Okay. Where's the money coming from? Here, I'm going to show this too. This is TXMC sent me this. TXMC, I'm stealing it, buddy. I'm going to give him 100% credit. Follow TXMC Trades on Twitter or his YouTube channel, Alpha Beta Soup. He's the man. This is TXMC's chart that he provided. Number of active entities with Bitcoin. Notice during the 2014 bear market, 2015, 2016, and 2017, active entities increasing. A similar price level of where Bitcoin is at currently right now compared to 2016 is like right here. Right in this area right here. You can say it's right here, or you can say it's right here. Look at the rise in active entities into Bitcoin. Let's move on over here to 2018 through 2020. Sells off, active entities drops, right? Dead, bear market. Active entities starts to rise back up, right? Into retrace, not quite yet, gets back up. Price of where Bitcoin is at right now is equivalent to being right here, okay? Right here. Active entities rising. So what do we see? Rising. Back up, active entities at the lows. Why? Where are they? Why are active entities not rising? 4-year cycle, block reward having ETFs. Or is this all this is? Where are they? Where's the activity? Should be way up. Ghost town. Okay. There we go. Web3 gamer Sweatcoin says shaking is faking. Motodex review. Gods Unchained 2024. Coinbase earnings suggest strong year ahead, though challenges around. Foreign crypto exchanges in India face uncertain future. ECB executives respond to banks' objections to digital euro, suggest priorities. Binance to shut down multiple leveraged token services. Bitcoin price keeps rising, but where are the new investors? Oh, where are they, guys? 2024 will be the Ethereum network's biggest year in history. We saw that headline yesterday. Events get NFL tickets. Belong joins Cointelegraph Accelerator. There you go. Polygon's Matic has fallen out of favor with crypto investors. Here's why. I don't know. I'd written a newsletter recently looking at user activity levels. Matic is one of the top. So I don't know about that. USDC stablecoin issuer Circle dumps Tron network. TRX is steady. I saw that posted earlier today. Circle announced that they're not going to be making USDC on Tron anymore. I've seen things from like Dylan LeClaire posted that like there's some type of scam being run by Justin's son with USDT and like UST redemptions all to USD to circle back and like rob USDC. I don't know anything about it, but I've seen Dylan LeClaire post about it and that there's some shady stuff that has happened when it comes to USDC redemptions coming from the Tron network, like some major scam unfolding or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm not in the loop on any of that. Just like a Twitter thread that I had read. So I'm wondering if more of that will come to light at some point. All right, there you go. Nothing crazy in the news except open interest at record highs because everybody is long Bitcoin at the retracement levels, as you would anticipate that they would be. NASDAQ down 148 points. Let's see if it's taken out yesterday's lows yet. It did peak below yesterday's lows earlier. Dow Jones Industrial Average, how are you doing? You're still just not quite there, right? Like it hasn't set a new low happening in here yet, but it's also 0.8% below its 4.236 extension. Did get within 4% of the height of the roaring 20s. I do not know if it needs to go get that last 0.4%. We're literally talking 0.4% after doing 500. So we'll see all about that. But there you go. XRP, how you doing? 53.7. You're still holding up. Still watching here. I think this thing is going to here and then. But the thing is, how long this could take, if this takes weeks or not. But there you go. That's what you got going on today. Bitcoin unable to get through the 702 retracement. Lots of talk yesterday on some of the ETFs having like 14x their daily volume yesterday. Why do you think they would be having suddenly 14x their volume yesterday? Why could they possibly have 14 times their volume yesterday? Oh, it's because it's bullish. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm hopping in the chat. Here's one right here. Would you, Joseph Lucido says, would you please have a chat with Credible Crypto? He's down for it. You both make so much sense to me, but only one can be right, obviously. For thousands of people like me, it's much appreciated. Thank you. I do have I know a lot of people listen to Credible Crypto and me. We have a big cross of viewership that happens between there. I don't do debates with other analysts. I also don't talk about other analysts. I've been challenged to debates a million times, and I know Cred's not challenging me to a debate in any way, but people always want that. Go on there and fight till death about your analysis, right? I will say this about Credible Crypto. For the last year and a half, there are only two people that I know of who fought through all of the nonsense of the 12Kers. When it comes to influencers, when it comes to people screaming, when it comes to indecisive hedge calling, blah, 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 blah. There's only two people who said up on Bitcoin. That's Credible Crypto and me. I don't know of any others with hundreds of thousands of followers who consistently did that. Cred has remained dedicated to his idea that it goes to a new all-time high. I have remained dedicated to my idea that it goes to a Fibonacci retracement. We're here. The market will decide what is going to happen here. There's no need to go battle it out and do anything. The market's just going to say who's right and who's wrong right here. I present all of my arguments. I say, look, we hit the 4.236 extension on the NASDAQ. We're hitting it at the exact same time that Bitcoin's at its 702 Fibonacci retracement. We're 68 days beyond the stock market breaking out into all-time highs. I'm just, there's no point in fighting over that, right? The market will prove it, right? But out of all the analysts out there, the thing I respect about a Credible Crypto is that he was right up, right? And the world was screaming at him and at me the whole time in here, 12K! And we had to fight through that for the longest time. And it was very annoying. It was very frustrating. It was very defeating. It's not fun to have that many people yelling at you all the time like that. That is why so many analysts will hedge themselves and say, yeah, we could go to 12K, blah, 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 blah. And, that's what makes, that they're appeasing the crowd. He didn't try to appease the crowd. He's done the things he thought are right, and that's what I have done. And both of us had this right. This is the $1 million question, right? We've gotten back to the levels that I've thought that we were going to get to. Now the market just has to decide. Does it stop here? Does it get through here? There's no debating over it, right? Like it's whatever, right? But no matter what, I give him props because he fought through everything, and he's one of the only people I know that was right there by my side fighting along with that we're going up while the rest of the world screamed down. But there's no point in debating, right? Like I present my arguments 100,000 times. Everybody can watch my videos. Everybody can see everything that I have to say. I'm not going to say anything differently. It's the exact same stuff. Andy Bill Pop. Thank you very much, brother. Gifted a BCB membership. Stephen Edinburgh. gifted 1 BCB membership. Brother, thank you guys. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Steven. And then Papa got himself a membership. And then so did D Bro. You guys, thank you. Stakes at 135. Already got you, brother. Oscar Hernandez gifted 5. Thank you very much. Hey guys, we're at 3,200 people in here. We're at 800 likes. But what's even more amazing is we haven't disconnected. And what stinks, right? What stinks is that yesterday is the day we would have loved to have had the data on viewership at that 702 retracement to see if we would have hit like 5,000. But we'll never know because YouTube was like, you shall not watch, disconnecting constantly. Every time we got to like 2,500, boom, it dropped back down to 800. Oscar, thank you very much. Zerp Twerp says, I buy membership. I pay blockchain man. When now moon? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Pat gifted 20, guys. Thank you very much. Pat, if you got your name flipped green in there, guys, thank the guys who are hooking it up. And Pat, as always, man, thank you. Thank you. And Oscar and everybody, and Andy and everybody who joined. Invest mentality. I heard of the 18-year property cycle theory, strong predictability over the last 60 years. Is predicting stocks go higher over the next year or so. Ugh. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to complain about it. But you see these confluence events, right? I had some dingus on Twitter yesterday. We're going to talk about this dingus. We're gonna go read what he wrote. Where is he? I gotta find him. I'm almost getting the sense that you're rooting for this to collapse so you can feel vindicated. A collapsing economy is bad for everyone. Again, like I've always said would happen, I'm painted as the villain. I'm painted as this guy who wants everybody to suffer. My reply to him, of course, you are living in denial. Wake up. If you want to ignore this, and be my guest. If you sit here think I'm rooting for this, if you sit here and you think that I'm cheering for this and I'm wanting to be a doomer, you haven't watched a lick of my channel over time. 4.236 extensions with confluence of 702 retracements. It's just get out of here. Go. Block me already. Eric Martinson. Riddlers be like, mind blown. Midas Frog. If there is, I'm not cool enough to be part of it. Joel Katz. Oh yeah. Oh man, you guys want to see that? Uh-oh. Here we go. We'll do it. We have to do it. We're going to find it. Hold on. Sorry, that was aggressive. Here it is. Wait, David, are you saying there isn't a grand cabal that is secretly in control of everything, that has made plans within plans within plans for over a decade to form XRP into the reserve asset of the world with deep liquidity pools, tokenizing every asset and debt on Earth? If there is, I'm not cool enough to be a part of it. That's what Eric is referring to. Oh, you guys want to frog it up? Yeah, let's reset the mood. I just got a little bit crunk. Whenever that happens, we got to reset it.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday. Dudes.
But yeah, and the thing is about this too is like talking about this for years of how crazy would it be if the ETFs happened right back at the retracement levels? How crazy would it be if we get back to the 702 retracement and then the indexes hit their 4.236 extensions at the exact same time? And then it like happens like that. And I'm almost certain you're rooting for this collapse. A collapse is bad for everybody. No crap. No crap. No, I'm not rooting for it. You see it. You see it with your own eyes. You show me a Bitcoin bull run with a federal funds rate of 5%. Show me one. Mark Thomas says, when you speak at the XRP Gold Coast, will it be streamed by chance? They do sell virtual tickets over here. I do have a link in the description of the video, XRP Gold Coast 2024.com. There's a link in this live stream. They do have virtual tickets in here. Come and see Jesus, says BCB. Thank you for all your work. With developer data mediocre on XRP, why is your number one holding? God bless. Well, it's something I've held for a very long time. We're talking 5 years of just accumulating dips, accumulating dips, accumulating dips. All right. Number 2 and number 3 are going to be Ethereum and going to be Cardano. Then up there at the top of the stacks is all the other development stuff. And this is what I've been talking about for 6 months and kind of restructuring my portfolio where like, if you took my collective amount of high development activity coins and how much of that I have in my portfolio of stuff that is straight from the top 15 development activity, that basket is much bigger than the XRP bag, right? XRP is its own thing. Then you got the whole other bag. But it's something that while we're waiting to see problems solved, we're waiting to see things develop, price action to develop and develop activity to develop. It's not like I've added a ton, a whole lot lately. It's something that's just kind of been there. It's been sitting there. I'm not touching it. And it's not something that actively have been adding. And people want to hate that. Oh, BCP is a trader. He's not actively adding. Please, these fly-by-night ripplers who've been here for a year and a half, just crushing it on affiliate links with selling you all the money, all the crap. Whatever. Go bug off. Right. Been here way longer than you, buddy. I've heard all your little theories that you're spilling for 5-6 years. But yeah, it's like for me, it's been heavily focused on building my bags around development activity for sure. But again, and like I'm not married to it, and I've been very clear with that. And I know I'm going to be hated on by the whole community when the day comes, right? Right. We've talked about contracting triangles happening in here, a big move up. I'm going to start selling into that. I'm going to start taking profits and putting money into my pocket of all this accumulation. I mean, I remember being camping with my daughter during COVID and calling my wife and saying, I need you to log into Coinbase and buy XRP. And she bought it at 13 cents. Like those XRPs still sit there from 13 cents, right? Like I have no problem selling some in here. But if you're looking for something like what we've done is when I've gone through the development activity, if you're looking for major percentages, you got, YouTube videos telling you $1,000 per XRP, telling you $500 per XRP, all that stuff. And you want something that's like, to even have hopes of something beyond a 4.236 extension, the developer activity data gives you the clue of what the percentages were. It doesn't mean that just because you weren't in the highest development activity levels that you didn't have decent runs, just your statistical probabilities went way down. And so everybody likes to point to the anomaly and say, Doge did it. Yeah, but it was a massive statistical anomaly. The probability of that happening in that particular situation was less than 2%. And you had Elon Musk, right? So if you put every other coin that was in that same situation, 98% of them got wrecked. You had one that did well. Well, the anomaly. And it's the same circumstance where when everybody's talking about a stock that they have, they always point back to Amazon's chart, right? They point back to Amazon collapsing 98% back in the dot-com bubble and saying, our chart's going to do this because Amazon did it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that since I've been in crypto. But it's more than one of the positive things that the XRP price chart has going for it in regards to a struggling development activity world, which has to be solved, right? Otherwise, it is just all the people saying that XRP is not a security, XRP is not a security, development activity doesn't matter, development activity doesn't matter. We don't have to have user activity. It's designed for payments. So you're 100% relying on it by Ripple like it's a security is what you're saying. You're saying it's not a security, but you're 100% dependent on Ripple making the price go up. Right? That's what you're saying? You can tell I'm a little frustrated by that topic. The thing that has happened positively for XRP, and I keep trying to explain like the people with the Solana crowds, right? So people are like, Solana goes into a bull run, but XRP doesn't. And I've had to overlay all those charts and show you that Solana has gotten right back here. The difference between Solana and XRP is Solana fell all the way down here. When you look back through corrections of price behavior and results that have happened in this market, when something falls that far, the statistical probability of it going back into a new all-time high diminishes drastically to less than 10% probability for something like that with Solana. If something drops 96, 97, 98%, you have a less than 10% probability of going back into an all-time high. But when you go back and you review through the 2018 bear and you study all the percentages, and this is, again, another one of those newsletters, the ones that some people may not have read, percentage drawdowns. You heard me talk about percentage drawdowns. The ones that had the shallowest percentage drawdowns, like out of the top 10, like over 70% of them, maybe 80% of them went off into new all-time highs. And what was something consistent about Doge in that time is it had one of those shallower drawdowns from 2018 to 2020. XRP is in a top 10 shallow drawdown. This 85% correction, that's in the top 10% of most shallow drawdowns that there are. So you have a massively large community, plus you have a very shallow drawdown, large market cap, you have marketing efforts. You have a lot of things going for it. The problem that is just blatantly there is the development activity that is completely missing. Otherwise, all the other things on the checklist for XRP are there, which others don't have, right? Like a problem for HBAR, for example, when it comes to a new all-time high, is going to be a struggle. And it still might get into the all-time high because a 4.236 extension of its market cap still gets you like slightly into a new all-time high for HBAR. But inflation, right? So inflation is a big negative event, right? So that's something that really pulls it down. Whatever your target used to be, well, if you dealt with 50, 60, 70% inflation for a couple of years, your target has to be cut in half or more after you deal with that level of inflation. XRP's inflation rate is 7%. The idea of Ripple's dumping XRP and they're suppressing the price and everything like that, bull, BS. Are they selling? Absolutely. Am I a fan of it? No, not at all. But is 7% annually an outrageous number? Not even close. As a matter of fact, it's right in the sweet spot. The sweet spot is between 5 and 15% inflation. When you look at what had the best returns in 2021, 7%, you're in the sweet money zone. It's completely fine. So you're in the correct inflation level for XRP. You're in the correct drawdowns, which means demand came in. So demand came in much earlier. They wouldn't let the price fall any further. So somebody's accumulating XRP at higher prices with some type of expectations, unlike things that let themselves fall 96, 97, 98%. So those things all go for it, but developer activity is our big sore spot right now. Builders building, the big sore spot right now. Sure. Shall I come to XRP conference? Can we celebrate your first beer as a man who's got it all under control? Cheers. I don't drink beer. Thank you. Crypto Pigeon. Yo, BCB. Life of an XRP holder is Bitcoin dumps, XRP dumps, along with if Bitcoin ABC is to 46-ish, then surely XRP is to go 50 cents. So you have to listen to everything that I've said. I think that's probably in ignoring everything that I've said. This is what I'm looking for, right? This is what I'm cheering for, is that we're in an event like this with a pullback in the altcoin market that is not as aggressive right now. That's what we keep talking about over here. This pullback right in here, not aggressive, strong pullback, even though you have a stronger one here on Bitcoin in a circumstance like this, right? Right. Seems scary, but it would be still that the altcoin market really just pulling down a little bit more. And maybe XRP doesn't. Maybe XRP stays still here at this point right now, right? So it's that, right? Big pullback in here, right? And this is like just what we saw, right? I mean, this is really just what we saw. Right? We're going to moon. We're going to moon. We're going to moon. Big aggressive pushback up, right? And we all know that's not what ended up happening. Right? We're going to moon. We're going to moon. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Mark Alaire says, Sherv, you don't get it, man. You just don't get it. Thank you, Mark. Oscar Hernandez, if you guys approve BCB 2024, Eric VP 2024, hit the like button. Oh boy, and I will never run. I bless John Deaton for giving it a go, man, against the most crooked person ever, Elizabeth Warren, and her horribleness towards crypto and her collusion with big banks and Gary Gensler. Good for him. I could never do it. I hate politics. We don't talk about politics on this channel, and it's not even that I care. It's just, it's exhausting to me, dude. Like, it's one of those things I spent very, very, very little energy of my life looking at politics. It doesn't matter. I just go to the booth, I vote, and I'm done with it. Whatever happens, happens. Otherwise, we're all just social media screaming at each other. But John Deaton, people need to be aware of John Deaton running, right? All right, sure, thank you. Don, as we are retracing the same cycle, wouldn't dev coins just be the first mover coins and remain coins pop into retracement? Example, XRP and BCB. Okay. As we are retracing the same cycle, wouldn't dev only coins just be the first mover coins and the remaining coins pop into retracements? You're asking the timing of when individual coins move. I don't know, Don. So like Solana, for example, Solana has fallen out of the top 20 development activity, by the way. When Cathie Wood went on TV and is trying to get everybody to buy Solana, we follow the developers. You can look at the developers. That's a lie. It's a straight up lie. Solana has a great community of people, very active, very passionate people, but the development stuff for Solana is a lie. In the last year, they've lost over 50% of their developers, and when it comes to actual development and commits, it's not even in the top 20. I believe Solana was probably a distribution event on retail, and I will not be surprised if all of FTX customers get paid back, which good for them. But if it's something to get Sam Bankman freed out of jail. Kyle, is there a support email for your newsletter? It's with support with an account, it's directly through Substack. So it's not something I handle any type of it. You have a Substack account. So what would be a decent example of it? I don't know. I guess the only way would be like if you have an Amazon account and you buy something on Amazon, you request it through Amazon, right? So it's not like anything I'm hosting, like Substack's its own platform. It'd be like if, like on Twitter, if I had the subscriptions notifications enabled, or right, the super follow thing enabled, and you were having a problem, you would do it with Twitter, right? Because like none of the Twitter handles have the ability to access any of your financial stuff. Kyle, if you have Twitter, you can DM me on Twitter today. Do it this morning. So like, because I get so many DMs in my DMs. And if you send me your email, I'll see if I can see it on my end. And then Kyle also says, I would love a video dedicated to the potential of Ethereum when you have some time to make one. I talked about Ethereum in my video the other day on Monday. Also, Ethereum videos don't really do that well on this channel, and nothing's changed with my opinion on Ethereum. Either Ethereum's in its own super cycle of network activity growth, it's doing its own thing, or it's going into a retracement. And that's always the fight. Everybody at the retracement level says, give me the answer. This is where the answers happen. If we can all fight each other till we're bloody in the teeth, this is just where the answers happen, right? And so like with Ethereum, it's the same story. Get back into retracements. We'll take a little bit off the table and try to figure out if Ethereum is going to break out from there. If Ethereum is going to break out from there, I may chase Ethereum with that third. I talk about that in the video on Monday. Bitcoin, I have literally zero interest in chasing Bitcoin because I do math, everybody. If you don't know that, I do math. 35% to an all-time high. Everybody would lose their mind. Congratulations if you own $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to own $1,350 worth of Bitcoin at an all-time high. It's like, I'd rather have a 9x back to all-time high. So, whatever. Yeah. Good luck, Bitcoiners. I hope for you, but, you know where you are. Bradley says, is there a price that you see Arbitrum pulling back to where you take another shot? I sold mine to pay for some stuff, but now I have cash left over. We're not going to do altcoin reviews. But I own Arbitrum. It's actually one I've talked about recently. So Arbitrum has gotten back to the third range boundary, right? Right now, it's still in the dumb money zone. We talk about that. Hey, that's not a term I've come up with, everybody. It's just what it is. Dumb money zone is all throughout here. It's essentially a non-touch zone, right? So it's like trying to get to third range boundaries, right? Either get into a value zone or get into a breakout zone. And right now, it's just here in the middle of the dumb money zone. So we can get into value, right? It's about like risk managing, right? If you're going to grab it, then risk managing the bottom. If not, then watching for an ABC correction that could show up earlier. So you're in a complicated zone on whether or not the low holds or if it ABC corrects lower from right here. But right here, this isn't a value price, right? It's not like you're doing a breakout trade right here. It's also not like you're buying a lower boundary price where sentiment is in the gutter here. You're just kind of buying it, hanging out in the middle of no man's land up in here. So if you're looking for deals, the idea is to get it into value of the whole range. So if it's going to stay range bound and eventually break out, the value is below the 236, right? If it breaks below 236, then you have risks of going deeper in a further fall, which would make sense because that is also a breakout level too. So it could be ABCing. However, the challenge with that is we aren't seeing that really in a lot of places. Like you saw Filecoin the other day. Filecoin shot up. We haven't seen things go do ABCs yet, so nobody has signaled that that's what's been coming here is ABCs. Things like XRP is back above 54. Like Filecoin kind of shot straight back up. right? Who else shot up? H-bar, right? H-bar shot back straight up. But you're getting more of a consolidation structure on H-bar, or excuse me, not on H-bar, on Arbitrum. So, if you get down in here, you're more in a value zone, but also recognizing structurally, if it has to consolidate further, it could head back down to these range lows too. So if you're like a short termer, this would be a difficult one on short term because of third range boundary. But a typical consolidation, A, B, C, or contracting triangle in here, this is that targeting way up here. Jason Johnson, a year ago, your base case for XRP could be at 11 or 13, but the longer it took, the more inflation could affect it. Where could it get to now? 7/9. Oh, you're asking $7 or $9. When we ran it last time, we could do it again. Why not? People probably want to know. Every month we pretty much do it. If it were to break out and go a full 4.236 extension, right? This is the same math being used for what happened with Bitcoin and for what happened with Ethereum. When you have 5 years of inflation, we shift down, right? So here, I'll show you the example, right? So a 4.236 extension is 1,685% from today's prices. 1,685. Right? So right here, this 4.236, it lands you at about $13.70, right? However, we know that we've had years of inflation, and inflation impacts cause that to go down. So what is 1,685%? Short due to years of inflation. So that right now, 963 if it happened in a straight line today. There you go. Thank you, Jason. Absolutely Rufus, member for 7 months. I hope you're well, BCB. There's another YouTuber called... Yeah, well, I'm surprised more people aren't taking the 702 retracement now. So, yeah. All right. Thank you, Rainsford. Hopefully NVIDIA sends and it starts the party. What? NVIDIA has been sending. All right, well, good luck, Rainsford. Dewara Consciousness Foundation, right now, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Love you, mate. Is that a Taylor Swift lyric? I don't know. I think it might. Bob Fossil. What is a fog's preferred type of footwear? An open-toed sandal. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say frog. An open-toed sandal. But Eric, I made Eric Martinson feel bad. Eric Martinez, because he went on a tear of a bunch of super chat jokes. And then I hurt his feelings with one. I'm sorry, Eric. That's the same response my wife gets, just so you know. I'm like, yeah. I'm the worst one to tell dad jokes to. I'm the worst. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good. I can leave the room quietly. All right. Crypto Hammers 26 morning BCB. Why do you never cover the SPX? Also, I think it may be time for another poll. From what I see on my feed, most are shorting and waiting. They're not shorting. We don't. I haven't been asked about this a lot, so we've tried to do the confluence between the S&P since day one. So it's for 5 years now. It's been clear the Dow has been it. And most recently, the amazing thing has been the Nasdaq. With the S&P, it's just not nearly as clear on that index, and I've done videos on that throughout the past. So it's really the primary one is the Dow, but most recently, over the last 3 years, it's like we've even seen it really tie itself to the Nasdaq. So it's just because the confluence hasn't been as clear on S&P, and that's from day one. Sherv says, to leverage against my crypto, would it be wise to short NVIDIA in your non-financial opinion, not financial advice opinion, or can you pull up the health stock chart, AMD, and see if that's worth shorting? Maybe once I'm not going to pull up individual charts for you to short, especially because you're going to short them on leverage and with an options contract. And if NVIDIA spikes 30% on today's earnings, you're going to lose every penny from your options contract. That's high risk. Shorting things like NVIDIA are high risk, right? Personal choice there on whether you want to do something high risk like that. Everybody's trying to short NVIDIA, and it just keeps going in a straight line up. Dude here, totally agree. Been all in on XRP since 2017. I'm sick of Ripple's crud. What have y'all gotten? Tangibility, all the money, more like all the BS. So that's frustration from dude here. Yeah, I mean, I've heard those stories, and I think the frustrating part too is there's been a little bit of a division in the community right now. There's people who are bringing it to the attention that developers matter, builders matter. That you want people in this cryptocurrency ecosystem to care. If you want people in the cryptocurrency ecosystem to care, you got to offer the things that people care about. And instead of addressing the issue, it's much easier to point it and say, no, we don't need to fix it. That's baloney. It's all the money. It's Ripple flipping the switch, world reserve currency. Like, it's, by the way, here's all my affiliate links. I mean, like, can we work as a team? Can we work as a team? I think that's the frustrating point, is that I'm trying to bring to the attention this developer stuff matters. And there's an active force trying to oppose it, to say no. That's frustrating. Trader JX, sorry, I went silent there for a minute. It's frustrating. Trader JX, XRP Army should rebrand to Bagholder Army. Oh, that's a good sign. Hey, man, that's what you want, dude. When we haven't had the, remember, like, see, this is for the really OGs. Remember back in the day, there was the thing of like the zombies walking on the hot sun with the XRP guys holding their bags, dying and melting. And like, that was like torture, right? And like, that's where you're down so bad, then things turn up and rock, right? Just remember, like, you know, keep your head up a little bit. The market conditions are there. It's not a flipping of the switch. It's not Ripple stuff. It's not anything. We got all the market conditions here for positive stuff to happen in this market right now. Just being, you know, recognizing the narratives that are going to get told, the price targets that are going to be held out there, and the irrational exuberance and all that stuff. And nothing changes for me over here. XRP is going to act like it's always acted. It's going to move with the market. It is not Ripple doing something. The price has totally shown it over and over again. It behaves with the market, reacting with the market. And if we're in a condition for something to happen, we're here right now, and somebody's saying rebrand as the bag holder army. That's what you want, man. You want everybody pointing at you, laughing. That's what has always happened before the tables turn. And somebody's got to buy the top. Like with anything, somebody has to be the sucker. Somebody has to be the exit liquidity. All right, Jonas Fugalis gifted 1 BCB membership. Stakes at 136. Spicy backer is back. No names, 5 gifts. Message retracted. Maybe he undid it. Duncan McLaughlin, Udemy BCB, thanks for all that you do. Thank you very much. I'm really far behind. Oh, I'm only 20 minutes behind. Is it possible to look at historical developer data on XRP from the past XRP bull run compared to now? Yeah. We're going to go to the 7-day. Okay. Here's August of 2021. June, August 2021. Here's all of 2020, right? All of 2020, kind of your baseline in here. Notice the trend. Hovering at like nothing in December. Bouncing around down here near these lows. Like, so you can see my cursor over here. So like keep your eye over here on this side while I'm bouncing around over here. And see, like this is our range down here. And you can see the range from back in 2020. And how we're just even under what we were in 2020. So that is why this is important. This is going to be fun going to this because this conference is fully focused on that. It is full focused on the developers. And I'm excited to be a part of that because it is important. We can ignore the data and do flip the switch conspiracies. But as David Schwartz says, where is it? Is there a grand cabal that is secretly in control of everything that's made plans within plans within plans for over a decade to form XRP into the reserve asset of the world with deep liquidity pools tokenizing every asset and debt on Earth? If there is, I'm not cool enough to know about it or to be a part of it. If that's your theory, if that's your investment theory of plans upon plans, global reserve currency, tokenizing assets, the entire world's going to be tokenized on XRP. Ripple's telling you, no. No. So, all right. Fresh reset, and then we'll hop back into the chat. I got to get it going because I'm already at an hour and 2 minutes, and I don't even think I'm close. So, happy Wednesday. Breathe.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday.
I got really close to the mic there, and I was just like, breathe. Reminds me of like, if you want to mess with your spouse nicely, that's what I always love to do. I go in for a hug, and then I just go, nice, warm, humid air. They love that. They love that. I just heard my wife laugh. Okay. Kevin Smith, if we could theorize how the chart would look without the SEC win, can we theorize how it would look without the SEC case? In that case, we missed a bull run and drawdown would have been higher percent. Thanks, man. I just can't, man, because it's like I'm just playing, right? Like I'm just playing. I don't know. I don't even feel comfortable doing that, Kevin, because it's just kind of made up, man. Like, let it go. That's the only thing I can do. Let it go and deal with what's presented in front, right? That's what's there. And anything different, yeah. I just can't, Kevin. Mr. D, member for 7 months. If Bitcoin is in distribution, wouldn't that mean alts are in that phase as well, or at least some of them? Look at Solana. I think it's in phase B. All right, so I think we're talking about this every day, brother. Mr. D. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we keep talking about it. I don't think you've watched any videos from this week, right? Bitcoin can be in full-blown distribution, and then the final leg happens in here. And that's my theory. Right? This is the escape. This is the escape. The escape. The escape. Here. Right? The escape. The escape. Right? And then when do moments like this all happen? Here to here, it happens all in distribution, right? So, and that this would be longer distribution, right? Like, I'm not going to say it will. I don't. We're in this area. You know the struggles of the area. I have no idea if it is going to pop above or not. But in an example of something like that, right, you could even see, and this is how distribution can look, right? And that this whole thing all happens in a moment until there and then done, right? So the altcoin running actually happens. The explosive endings tend to occur in that distribution of Bitcoin, in that ending phase of Bitcoin. It's not going to give this to me because I'm not on the daily time frame, right? That you're already starting distribution here, right? And so this is long distribution, and all of this happens in the distribution, right? Brady Brown, new member, welcome. Crypto Student 99 gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Stephen Edinburgh gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much. Keller Country Music, BCB, I've been here since April of 2020. You've been right about 90% of the time. You are the GOAT. And we get some stuff right, we get some stuff wrong. That's how it goes. Thank you very much, Keller. Bubble show up every day. Thank you. Eric Martinson gifted a BCB membership. Thank you very much, Eric. He gifted 2. Thank you, man. You must forgive me for the joke thing. Mussy, does Solana have more room to run this leg? I have $20 entry with 100 units. Trying to figure out an exit plan. LOL. I'm not going to give you a trade call. Here's where you are with Solana. That's the market cap. That's the retrace levels. That's where you've gotten to. Now it's your chance to speculate. Does it break out or does it come back down to the lows? And, you know, I go back and I can see examples of times like this when stuff like this happens. Oops, I don't mean to do alert. Right, to give you an example of how you can reject from here, right? So up to you, brother. It essentially, when you get back to a third range boundary, you treat it however you want to treat it. For me, with third range boundaries, it's always about risk management and taking some off the table, right? And then what's my conviction, and do I have any cases to think that it is going to break through it? And if not, then, you know, I'll cut the whole thing and then set a stop loss up in here. The idea, you know, of course, like most people here want to be traders. They want to buy lows, they want to sell tops, but they don't ever want to take any action because they get too terrified of it, right? To get through the top retracement levels of 42% loss, right? But if you sell it and it does go back down here, which would seem make complete logical, it's a 77% gain in Solana, right? So you're having to decide, are you getting distributed on by the FTX cartel? or not? What is happening? They're holding that price up there, aren't they? They're doing a good job holding it up. But will it run down? Don't know. Don't know. It's where you are. Third range boundary. I think people... This is what I tried to explain all of 2022 and 2023. Prices do not tend to go down in a straight line forever. They tend to go back to retracement levels. What they do beyond the retracement levels is the $1 million question. But most people kept screaming. Not most people. You know it. You saw it. You saw it all over Twitter. You got yourself scared to death because there's a lot of mixed messaging out there, except for me, Incredible Crypto, right? And then, so most people just didn't ride it. But this was the trade, right? The percentage gain was the trade back. Now percentages to all-time high are minuscule. What we say it's 35% to an all-time high. The percentages aren't there anymore. But everybody wants to know the decision in here. But a trader doesn't care. A trader doesn't care about this. A trader says, this is the third range boundary, and the market has to decide from here. It's not like anybody's going to, like, sit there and be confident about this level. Like, I gave you unwavering spiciness, jackass guy of we're going back to here. But when you get here, like, people want an answer. They demand an answer. Like, you got here. Like, there's a problem here. We could show 100 examples of it getting through. We could show 100 examples of it rejecting here. But you have to decide what you're going to do at that level. Most people get frozen. Or they go leverage long with the whole crowd, as open interest is now at the highest as it's ever been. Open interest long for Bitcoin is at the same levels as it was as November of 2021. What do you think the probability is? What do you think the statistical chances are that the open interest at the 702 retracement, which we always said is where the crowd would get euphoric and long, would be the same as the top? Crazy. I saw something else on Twitter, something like 93% of Bitcoin wallets are in profit. Wall of worry gone. Okay, we're going to calm down. We're going to be friendly, nice guy for the rest of the day. Oh boy, John. John Sugart says, hey, BCB, did you know that it's illegal to run through a campground in the United States? You can only ran through because it's past tense. Yeah, boy. John, thank you. Tino, thanks for all you do, BCB. Been following you for many years. Let's hope Ethereum goes into its own super cycle and takes the altcoin market with it. Let's hope so, Tino. Michael Waters, I've been lurking for years, just guessing hat colors, but I need to know before moon. Thanks for years of content. I've been looking for years, just guessing hat colors, but I need to know before moon. Thanks for years of content. Like, what color hat am I wearing today? Black. Thanks, Michael. Andy Philpott gifted a BCB membership. Thank you very much, Andy. From start to finish, Andy, man. Blue Whippet. Can you take a peek at the XDC chart? Thanks. Okay, one time. Any more XDC requests? This is like the VeChain stuff. I always crack jokes with my about our past dog, BC Barker, which many of you remember. My mom would always joke, like, you give him an inch, he takes a mile. If you even looked at him, boom, he's right up in your face, just like right there, all up in your personal space, wanting you to love all over him and touch on him and love on him. It's kind of like, it's been like that for me on the channel. If you ever bring up XDC or VeChain, if you just even say the word, 9 super chats come in afterwards. XDC, VeChain. XDC has pulled all the way back down. So I had refused to talk about this for a little while because I got a little frustrated with something that had happened regarding XDC on Twitter. When this thing was pumping right in here, it was somebody did the same thing, did a super chat or something along those lines. And then somebody had said, blockchain backers looking into XDC. And then it got like 500 retweets or something like that and 1,000 likes or something crazy. And like thinking I'm like coming on board and about to start. And I had to like publicly state, I do not own any XDC and I am not actively looking to invest in XDC, which infuriated them. But it was during this. So it rubbed me really wrong with what happened with that whole thing. But price-wise, it's back to an interesting price level again. So run with it, XDC people. it's back to interesting prices now. So, but definitely not acting outside of what the rest of the market is. It was one of the first ones to go. August of 2023 had its massive breakout. Now back into interesting price levels. So kind of thinking of it like when I look at this right here, I look at it through the lens of kind of like XRP's 22.5-cent days for those who were here back then. And that's kind of the area that you're at. Wyckoff accumulation, last point of support, full-blown escape, now testing that upper range boundary, which is kind of wide. So it's only cut like 5 or 6% lower. So interesting price levels, finally. But we're leaving this one. Vladimir Kim, BCB, what do you think? We have one leg up on XRP to 60 cents just to finish 5 of 1 of 3 of 5. So what, you would think there would still be another fifth wave? Past few days looked like WXY with W1 to Y. To Y1 will be back to low 50 cents in a few weeks. If we go back to low 50 cents, so then it's going to set new lows, right? So like in wave E, we shouldn't be taking out the lows in here, right? On a wave E. This should all be a contracting triangle, which again is going to consist of one more A, B, C, D, E. Right, so you're saying WXYs, WXY, 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 maybe WXY, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what we're saying? But you're saying to 50, down to here again. But you're saying back to 60. Do I have you right there? Is that what you got? Well, technically speaking, we should have here an E wave again, another maybe CDE, right? So whether that's already occurring, and that was WXY of A, right? I just wouldn't feel comfortable with 50 because we've mirrored so closely to this, right? Like if we go back down to 50, like you would just really be looking for some support building to already be coming in right here. So if 50 came in, I'd become very uncomfortable with price action and what's happening. We should be exhibiting more strength than that. So I'd be looking more of like for contraction to happen in here than to see it actually go that low. So I'd rather see that to feel more confident than to see that. So I hope that answered, Vladimir. Obviously, I was just trying to read your things. I think I got it. CryptTKO. In sign of strength phase, is it normal to go above previous all-time highs? In the actual sign of strength? So you're talking about in this, like in here? Sign of strength phase is just this. This is just this. And then it's markup and it's escape. Right? So it actually can go to a lot of places. We've talked a lot about this over the past, right? Like even in some circumstances, retracements, boom, right? And then long contraction happening in here. Long term, that would be like the best case. But just with what those extensions are doing, I'm thinking it probably goes up. And the difficulty will be how high does that go? It's all, it really, that will change for me very quickly on what my thoughts are. Really just if we really make a clear distribution in here. And we are seeing something like this occurring where we're just massively outperforming with the altcoin market and it gets there. It won't matter where that thing lands. It will be what it will be at that time. If we see Bitcoin distribute a clear fall, a clear retrace with one more leg up in the altcoin market, wherever it is, that is where it is. Mr. Wonka, but thank you, CryptTKO. Mr. Walker says, how do you pick 51 cents for the XRP danger zone, right? It's more of just looking at past structures and then also like we've talked about just on major wave counts and especially like it's just about opening the door of possibilities, right? Like in this, we've seen consolidations like this. So this, like, there's not much to worry about in circumstances where we're just holding here because we know we can consolidate like that in here and for it to be completely normal. If it starts slipping down, well, we know we can do that too. And that has been dangerous before. It's not exhibiting a tremendous amount of strength in that circumstance. So it opens up the world of some concern happening in there. Then if we go breaking the lows, then suddenly for the first time, we're now setting lower lows over there on XRP. And that just becomes a world of its own of good luck because even in a contracting triangle wave E, we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be going and taking out lows. Right. Right. Maybe his question in here was more along the lines of this with not Mr. Wonka, but maybe Vladimir. Are you talking this? We shouldn't be doing it. Maybe not, because we shouldn't be doing that in wave C of a contraction, right? So this should be contraction, and we shouldn't be doing a 5-wave structure here on this contraction. But that is what happens here, right? So this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? But we shouldn't be having this style ABC, ABC in wave E. A, B, C, D, E should not be having an A, B, C correction, but should instead be having running flat contracting triangle happening in there. Hold on. Sorry, I'm logging in on my other screen. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the PDF. I cannot. I can't right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I can. No, I can't get it to work right now. I'm gonna have to do it later. Do I have it on my hard drive? I don't. We'll just Google it. A, B, C, D, E, contracting triangle rules. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I know you guys are probably bored to death. Like, oh my gosh, we have to get this complicated. So we can't have a running flat here, right? In wave E. Where are you? Triangles. Here we go. I'll try to work on this on another time so I don't have 3,000 people sitting here waiting. But right, so like in here, it's threatening like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the question was, if we get back down to 51, why is that a danger zone? Because it's threatening. It's then threatening. In addition, this has been a Wyckoff range, right? We spent a year and a half in Wyckoff accumulation. I'm going to take everything off the screen. I just closed that. I did. I closed you guys. I can get back to you though. Okay, so Wyckoff accumulation in the range. Create, go live. Getting below there, it just starts threatening that area, right? So like, are you comfortable with us breaking below the 200-week moving average and us like completely losing the range that we spent a year and a half in and getting out? I'm not comfortable, right? I'm not comfortable getting it, having that happen. So 51 threatens it. It threatens that you're like here. And what we've seen when you get back to those levels, that's where the big breaks come. So getting back down here and just kind of chilling there again, do you get uncomfortable that the big break can come in which you lose the range, right? You lose the moving average. You lose everything. So I'd rather stay away from there and feel comfortable. Black Zetsu says, hey, BCB, I noticed the Bitcoin chart from December 17th, 2020, prior to new all-time high. It looks very similar to Sia Coin from January 18th to current. Do you have any thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I think every day we keep logging on here and you keep seeing over there on the right side of the screen, Sia Coin, Sia Coin. And I do own Sia Coin, but I try to like keep saying it like this is a coin I've had for 5 years, locked away in a wallet, far, far away. But it keeps growing in value, and it's very bizarre. Because it's been in an alt season. It's been in a full-blown alt season going on in there. This historically is a problem here. These are the things like we've talked about with Bitcoin, and other assets have shown these on things like silver, that this can be a problem right here. So let's put... see, like right here, right? This is the issue, right? This is prior to the capitulation. I'll zoom out more. Give you an idea of the area, right? That's just where you are. But the question is not that. The question is this a crash, retrace, reaccumulation about to go 4.236 extension? I don't know. It seems unlikely, but I mean, I see what you see. If it does, I will be selling all my SIA coin at that spot, regardless of what's happening with the altcoin market at that time, if it's completed or not. And that's the whole thing about like measuring extensions and picking targets and stuff like that. Some stuff gets there early, some stuff it never gets there. Like for example, Filecoin topped in March of 2021. XRP topped in April of 2021. Then a lot of the market topped in May of 2021. So sometimes the 4.236 extensions are just means of leaving even before the market's done. But sometimes the market comes to a conclusion and those targets never get reached. And it's just understanding that's where the rest of the market is and it's not going to get reached. If SIA coin did go to something like that before an event like this took place over here in Bitcoin and for the altcoin market at the same time, I'd get rid of it early. Otherwise, I'm just kind of sitting back, letting this, I call it dingus coin because I've had it locked away for so long. And it's file storage, right? Decentralized file storage. And the activity on it has gone way down. So people are telling me there's more stuff happening. I just don't see it on like Santimit's feed. So I don't know. But it has been a interesting thing to see happen because again, it's another one of those, 500 percenters here in the last couple of months. So yeah, I mean, it's very clear. The big problem is, where's the activity on this thing? Are we just Dogecoining this essentially? Don't know, but I'm watching it. Vladimir says, no, I believe January 31st marked the low. First wave count starts there. Right. Okay, so you don't think we go lower than here? 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you say we go to 60, right? So it's just not much higher than here. Are you kind of going like that? 63, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then long out. I'm not sure. Here goes Andre. Sorry, not sorry. What's a crypto trader's favorite dance move? The moonwalk. Much love, brother. Thank you very much, Andre. Just nice, good fun. Well, 121. So like I'm assuming you're just kind of going like this. Right. 121. With it getting that high. Here's the problem though. Like, if it is, shouldn't we have not gone below here? Right. Regardless of this, even eliminate this thing. Just get rid of it entirely. Oh, goodbye, everything. I don't want to do that. I gotta take everything off. I will do that privately. Let's go to. Oh, what's this? It's the moon candle. Hurry! Somebody on Twitter steal this. Make it your own. And then all other YouTubers share it with the blockchain backer logo up on the top left. That was an interesting one. If we follow ABC contracted trial, wave D should be at top of 2021. And I believe we started wave 3 from January 31st as a truncated C. One, two. Why don't you DM me, Vladimir, and just send me a screenshot through these through these texts on these super chats. I'm not following you without seeing an image. And then I could be like, I don't know about that one. Right? I just don't know what it looks like on your screen. Hit me up on Twitter. But okay, there you go. Bitcoin got to the 702. Been here for about a week, unable to get cleared. Everybody wants to hear. We'll get through it. I'm just not here to tell you that. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Frog Day. Sorry we get a little bit serious on Frog Day. It's supposed to be complete goofball. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in today. We'll do this in completely goofball ways. Here you go. Here's absolute insane speed.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday.
All right. And then it's, you're 19 years old. You're hanging out with your homies. You're done with school, done with college or whatever for the day. Time to sit back and chill.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday.
Okay. All right. That's enough of that. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Sorry for the 150 people who bailed on that, who said, I'm here for very seriousness, BCB. I do understand. Just you're not going to get that on Wednesdays. Sometimes we do act like goofballs. But you're not even listening. You're already gone. So thank you all so much for tuning in today. Thank you for watching. We'll keep our eyes on everything. Hopefully XRP can continue to maintain that 54 cents through the close, or at least in that general vicinity. Get a little nervous if we start seeing below 51. As for Bitcoin, still just hovering there underneath the 702 Fibonacci retracement levels. If you guys are looking for things to do today, learn about these charts, learn about these fibs. Of course, I have a course over here. bcbacker.com with over 40 videos and over 11 hours of content. Definitely 30 minutes talking about Fibonacci retracements in there to understand how those things work. Fibonacci retracements and extensions. And how they're both happening at the same time. You can check that out over there on bcbacker.com. It does come with downloadable PDF resources in there as well. Right over here, of course, check out the newsletter. This is the heartbeat of things, the subscription-based newsletter that I've been working on. Most recent one really tying into the big picture there, along with gold and what's happening up in there, along with federal funds rates. And how could I possibly be concerned about Bitcoin, the Dow, and the NASDAQ at the same time? It's not me. It's the data. It's what it's saying. And if you're keep trying to repeat this, and I like the one guy who says that I'm on Twitter, and I'm sure other people must think that too. that I'm sitting here wanting to be right for things to go down, but everybody else is screaming for things to go up, and I just want to be right. It's everybody ignoring the data. It's completely being ignored out there of what's happening right now, and the perpetuation of false narratives and things like a Fed rate cut would be good. It's just not. It would be horrid. So, I'm just like scaring you. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to keep your eyes open, keep your eyes on the prize, understand where we're at. These things are all acting just as they should, but always remember, we're viewing it from the mindset of going here through the end. We're going through the end, and it's going to have to be this big transitional phase. And that's really been what the hypothesis has been since the beginning of the year. We went through 2023. When we started 2024, we went back through 2023 to see what were we looking like heading into 2020, into the year. What was the anticipation? The anticipation was going to be kind of a long, drawn-out year and down near the bottom in 2023, eventually ending with some type of excitement, that there would be a period of excitement that would happen in 2023. The outlook for 2024, the thoughts of 2024, starts with periods of excitement, but that eventually changes at some point. Still, we're in the periods of excitement. The magical unicorns of animal spirits are alive and well. The crowd is fighting against anything and any ideas of Bitcoin topping, but they're totally down for extreme risk taking. Who is always the benefit of extreme risk taking? It is this guy. And that's just kind of how we're looking at it through the lens right now. Eventually that'll change where like it won't just be me about Bitcoin. It'll be about the altcoins at some point too. We're just not there. I'm optimistic about the altcoins. I'm optimistic the way this whole thing has been playing out in here. It is an absolute thing of beauty to occur there. You see it yourself. Absolute beauty. And eventually we'll get to the scary day, but it's not here yet. What comes first before that? Irrational exuberance, excitement, euphoria, wild, crazy action. But one of those things. Why would I say this is all Bitcoin's got into these retracement levels? Go look at the economic data. That's what I outlined for you here. 2013, 2017, 2021, when all those bull runs happened, do we have the same conditions today? If your entire thesis is based off of a block reward halving and off of Bitcoin ETFs, good luck. That's it. Okay, I'm done. All right, I don't even know how to wrap this thing up anymore. I love you all for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. And even though I'm being like this and expressing all this stuff, you guys still continue to tune in. And I thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the dang thing up. bzbacker.com. Check out the newsletter over there on blockchainbacker.substack.com. There are links to all of these in the descriptions of the videos. We'll check in again tomorrow. Waiting to see Bitcoin kind of finish up a move and see XRP continue to be able to hold that 54-cent area in there. Otherwise, I'll check in with you tomorrow. And one more for the road. No. We got to do it like this. All right, here we go. All right, ready? 3, 2. Wait, hold on. I got it down. Hold on. We got to nail this. Here we go. All right, guys. That's it for this one. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I'm not a financial advisor. But if you ever need to pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one. Wait a minute. Hold up. If anybody is still here, we're going to see how many we lose. Guys, there won't be a markets in the morning tomorrow morning. Yeah, there won't be one in the morning. It will be later in the day. I have an event that it's going on tomorrow morning. So I have to do that thing tomorrow morning. It's not crypto related. It's in my own personal life. I have something going on tomorrow morning, and it is going to take place during markets in the morning. I have to do it. I have to. Everything is fine. Everything is good, but I have to do this, and then we'll end up doing markets in the afternoon tomorrow. So I just want to let you all know that. So, okay. Sorry, guys. But I will see you tomorrow. I will see you. It just won't be at our regular time. Okay? All right. That's it, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.